We estimate about 40,000 odd drones are sold in India in an year.
Started. Hello everyone, my name is Gaurav. I work with investment team at Transition VC, and today we are starting a new series where we will cover our portfolios and why we invested in them. Right. Today we have Shantanu, a partner at TVC, who led the deal in ZeroDrag, and he would enlighten us about why we invested and what is the rationale behind the investment of ZeroDrag. Right. Shantanu, question to you. Give us three reasons why we invested in ZeroDrag.
Yeah, no, so there are a lot of reasons, right? Thank you for the question, first of all. So ZeroDrag is a electronics tech stack for drones company, right? They build the avionics piece for drones, autonomous vehicles, unmanned aerial systems. They work with the complete tech stack, which includes the propulsion, which includes the compute and autonomy, which includes the communication systems as well. Why we invested in them? Because as part of our thesis, we see drones as a key piece of the energy transition. Decarbonizing drones and aerial vehicles as a key piece of the energy transition. And within that, when we zoomed in, right, is what we found out that there are a lot of drone OEMs out there. Some of them doing very well in India, supplying drones for various applications in defense, in logistics, in agriculture. But there is a significant shortage of the core subcomponents that are used in drones, right? Most of the subcomponents today, 90-95% of subcomponents today that are used in drones in India, and in fact even globally, are imported from China, and which leads to multiple challenges. One, obviously, it's a supply chain resilience question. Second, it's a cost question. Third, it is, can a company build the complete electronics tech stack together to make it smaller, to make it lighter, to make it more efficient and cost effective, which of course leads to a very strong supply chain from a defense perspective. And also, obviously, there are a lot of advantages of having a local supplier to supply drone OEMs in India, which are service and maintenance related transactions that can continue. So upgrades, service, costs, weight, volume, everything is what ZeroDrag does better than what is existing in the market today.
Lovely. So essentially three reasons, right? Number one, supply chain resiliency. You are not only dependent on China. Number two, since the end-to-end systems are designed in-house, hence we can make it more compact and smaller and lightweight, essentially 15 to 20% smaller than what Chinese are offering today. And number three, we can offer better services because components coming from China, you don't really get services out.
No, absolutely
So
right.
these three things are the rationale behind the investment
Absolutely
in.
right. And one more thing, right? Designed in house obviously leads to smaller form factors, but because one company designs the complete stack and offers the complete stack, they have the ability to give an integrated solution, which also significantly reduces weight and volume of the stack.
And that's what matters in business, of course.
Absolutely, every gram counts.
Yeah. And tell me, so I'm genuinely curious to know why we should not invest in drone subcomponent or companies like ZeroDrag. What are the risks there? What are the challenges you see in coming 3, 4, 5 years?
Right. So the challenges are there, right? This is a very globally competitive space. Ex China is not something that people are thinking of just today. Yeah? People are wanting to have supply chain resilience, and there are very strong companies in Europe and US that are developing drone subcomponents as well. And obviously they're quite a bit ahead of the curve also as compared to ZeroDrag. But and that is one of the key. Global competition is one of the key reasons, one of the key risks, and one of the key challenges. How we mitigate that is also very interesting, right? It is a technology approach that ZeroDrag is taking. So again, if you look globally, there are companies that are focused on propulsion. There are companies focused on communications. Companies focused on the energy storage piece. But again, very few companies we saw globally that have the complete tech stack in-house developed and offering a solutions piece in an integrated fashion is something that we saw missing globally as well. But global competition is definitely the risk.
There is, yeah, understood. And any in terms of talent, hiring, scaling up, do you see we have ample amount of avionics engineers available for this, or do you see the challenge in that particular segment also?
Yeah, no, so it's an upcoming field, right? In India, we estimate, and again, these numbers are very vague, so it's just a best guess. We estimate about 40,000 odd drones are sold in India in an year, not counting obviously what happens in defense, because that is again a very opaque number. So 40,000 drones in an year doesn't really mean a very large, bustling ecosystem. Exactly. It doesn't really mean that there's too much talent, but that is a risk and a value add the way we see it, because if a company is a category creator, these challenges are there, and these challenges are there with almost all of our portfolio, creating that category, building a product in India which wasn't built in India earlier. So talent acquisition is a huge challenge, prototyping, manufacturing is a huge challenge, the supplier ecosystem, right? Even ZeroDrag is buying some components, semiconductors, so that supplier ecosystem is a challenge. So all of these challenges are there, but it's a step in the right direction, because ZeroDrag will exist, because subcomponent OEMs will exist. That will give rise to semiconductor players also to start supplying to these guys.
Lovely, lovely. And since you mentioned 40,000 drones have been sold in India, so where do Zero Drag see themselves in like 5 years after, and how are they positioning themselves uh, in terms of subcomponent level? What is the strategy there?
Yeah, right. So in 5 years, Zero Drag wants to capture literally everything that has to do with electronics, avionics in the drone space, starting from very very small FPV micro drones to very very large drones carrying very very massive payloads. They want to be the known supplier for the electronics and the avionics stack. That includes in the future roadmap, they have ground control systems, uh, or AR, VR, video and video headsets that enable you to give a first-person view of a drone, first-person viewer of a drone remotely wherever you're sitting. And going forward, they want to get into a lot of control and communications electronics in between drones, drone to drone, and drone to ground.
Correct. And they are positioning themselves as an Indian player or a company who is trying to build a global product. And how are they positioned? How are they seeing next 3 years?
No, Shantanu and Amit are the founders of ZeroDrag, and they're very clear. They are not an import replacement. They are the tech stack company, the avionics company for drones. They are not just replicating what is available in the market, what is imported from China. They are redesigning, redefining what the stack looks like, making it cheaper, making it much more lighter, much more smaller in terms of volume, and much more efficient. So they're very clear. This is not just import replacement. This is not just a China replacement theory.
Correct, lovely. And I think the current traction also implies that.
Yes, yes.
They're a global player.
And current traction also states that they've already started supplying to the US. Obviously, I cannot name who and for what application, but yeah, they have their presence outside India already.
Lovely. So this is Zero Drive for you guys, one of the fastest growing company of our portfolio. Thank you so much, Shantanu.
Thank you, Gaurav Patil.